Hi, everybody. Starting the show, trying to get, all set up. I think we're looking good. Um, Definitely going to do just a couple of things today. And all this stuff is going to be live on, well, if you're watching, uh, why is sound off? Okay. So, welcome to the show. Definitely today we're working on two sketch cards, personal sketch cards. Um, Still trying to work out the kinks of my pop culture sketch cards that I need to be working on. Just because I've just kind of hit a spot, personal spot of doing what to do next. I did this Leo, which I really like. And then we've got this movie Spawn, which there's a spot I'd like to touch up on that. But um, yeah, I've just kind of gotten to the point where I have done so much, I just don't know what to do because I kind of want to keep doing different things. But I also always keep going back to wanting to do things like The Crow or things that are not pop culture, um, while looking at other things that I have. Um, Let me turn that down just a little. Um, I don't like pop culture as I do. I do like pop culture. What I don't like, I guess, what I do like is a lot of cult stuff, um, cult cult classic type things, or things that have just kind of just been um, dismissed. You know, Blade Runner, things like that. Things from Image Comics. Um, I don't know. Let me look at my Domino. What's a other cult stuff? Roller, Rollerball. I don't. All sorts of different things. I just know there's a bunch of movies that are just not popular that I apparently like. So anyway, also I wanted to show. So by the time my challenge partner, if you've followed me before or watched my stuff, my challenge partner, Michael Boyd, we do a challenge week, and each week we do new drawings. Mostly just a challenge and just to get used to just doing things day to day, week to week, having that stuff. Um, this month has been collectible cards. Love cards, and so I created this thing of like doing our favorite cards growing up or whatever. Like, heck, the card could have came out this year and it'd be your favorite card. That's fine. Um, I really love the '90s cards and stuff like that. So this week I chose Wolverine. It's Wolverine by Bill Sienkiewicz, I do believe. I don't know. Everybody says his name differently, but um, here is my finished product of that card. Now, this is also my style, so this is fine. This is what I wanted. It's a little darker in this video, but what I wanted to do is also a close up in my own style. Bill Sienkiewicz definitely did his own version of Wolverine. Is so unique, and he's just always been that way. So I need to finish this one. I wanted to do two. One, the sketchbook, I really liked how the drawing came out, so I wanted to finish it off. And then the other is this card. I have a close-up, because I even did a close-up drawing. I could probably pull that up too. The close-up drawing I thought looked really cool, but unfortunately, it's in a mess. So here's the whole page and stuff. But I enjoyed doing this. I thought this was super fun. So, but we're not doing that. For the other cards also, because this is our last one for the month, the Bill Sienkiewicz. The one before that was a Slimer from a card series called Fright Films card set. Very cool. So I did my own Slimer version. And then before that, we did this version, which is a reference to this Batman card that I own. That is the Joker by Tim Burton. I love this card. I love seeing like Tim Burton's original ideas, quick sketches and things. Um, I just think because he's not so particular about finished product or anything, he knows this is just a sketch, right? So I wanted to kind of have a more finished look and something else, something different. But I also love the idea of like the Joker for some reason has a scarf. I mean, he gets cold too. Why not? Anyway, and then the first week was E.T., the weirdest E.T. card I've ever seen. Just this lumpy guy kind of wandering in a forest. So these are kind of what has been worked on and finished. He's the final one. So, and then next week we start a whole new series, and I will talk to my friend about this to see if we're going to either do what I somehow written down or the regular October mishmash. October has a couple of different things. Like last year we did Orktober, which was cute. This year we can do the awesome October, which means it would be all octopus based. And what would that mean? I mean, it's whatever we want to do with octopus. Octopi, maybe. I don't know, looking into it, trying to figure it out. So, get rid of that. So, but today we are finishing up Grizzly Wolverine in the form of Bill Sienkiewicz. Kind of not homage. And the other thing, if you don't know who Bill Sienkiewicz is, he does these really wild drawings. He is the reason why Into the Spider-Verse happened. I mean, with the colors and stuff and the designs. He's not the one that designed them all and stuff, but he just made the perma arts and stuff like that. It just looks so good. So he has definitely made an impact in your life. If you're a comic person, like comic things, he has made an impact one way or another in your books or something. That's a given. He's also impacted other artists to change and to do different things. We have a guy named Sayers. Gosh, what is his first name? Is it Josh or Tom? Shoot, I think it's Josh. Josh Sayer. Here in Indiana, I believe that his work is just beautiful. But if it wasn't for Bill Sienkiewicz, I don't think he would have also done what he has done. Just great work, by the way. So we're going to get our yellows out. Let's do our yellows first so that, it'll be easy. That's what we should do. I like doing the yellows first. And then we will come back in and then do our blues, which will be super dark. This, I know. This I'll probably do blue. If you look at the original card, like this whole mask is black. So I also know I need to darken this up as well. Gosh, keep it here. Keep it here. All right. Don't mind me. I'm just being a little silly. So we'll start on that. So, yeah. Thanks for hopping in. Thanks for checking things out. Hope everyone is well. Hope life is treating you good. I've been waiting for the weekend, waiting to do whatnot, waiting to be able to have this videotaped, having a busy day, going around, getting things done, going to comic shops. Well, one comic shop. I have to go to my favorite comic shop every Saturday with one of my favorite people, and we go, and then we, talk about comics and stuff a little bit, and then go from there. Oh yeah, we'll be doing skin tone next, I think. I love doing his face. So fun. Um, but yeah, doing all that type of stuff. Um, New books have come out. If you're a comic book reader, I'm super excited to have a break financially from some of my books. I am as you could tell, a X-Men fan. So I'm kind of happy that X-Men's kind of going on this side quest, side issue, whatever, of what do you call that? Age of X or Age of Apocalypse, whatever. I don't care. I enjoy the X-Men. I really like their stuff. Um, I don't like Age of Apocalypse. I've never liked it. So I'm kind of happy to have that break when they're going to be diving into that type of stuff. Um, it is definitely going to be a break for me. So that's going to be nice. Cousin Reality, I don't care. I think alternate universes are neat, but I'll take a pass. It's okay. And I really financially need to take a break. So it is okay. So we're just going to go through here until we'll do this until this is not good. And what I mean by that is it'll run out. So need to pick up new markers so I keep doing stuff, right? But our local places, the place I used to go for these closed down, and I have to drive like almost 40 minutes to get to a store for these specific ones. These are a little bit affordable compared to the other big name brand I can't think of. It's right here in front of me, isn't it? Copic. Yep. So yeah, no, these are just as good, I think. But unfortunately, like I said, my local store just kind of closed, moved on, which is all right. The other thing, I think Bill Sigovich, he does really nice mixed media stuff. I would like to get more things into this. I might today. Just because, once again, this is not, what would you call it? This isn't paid work. This isn't work that I got to send out to a company or anything like that. So I could kind of be free to do whatever I want with this, right? I could goof off, and if I make a mistake, guess what? I'm going to learn from it. Is if something even happens a little bit better, that's even, I'm a learning experience. I used to use a lot of Prismacolor color pencils, and that was pretty helpful. But sometimes I feel like they mask other stuff more, and I don't like it. So I try to use it sparingly, pretty much, and just take my time on it. So yeah, right now that is not the best yellow color, is it? Yep. And that's all right, because we've got all these other ones that we're going to use. I mean, that yellow is basically just for a small percentage, man. So, for anyone who's watching the YouTube channel or video of this, or who goes in later on. If you want to leave some comments, that'd be great. Subscribe, follow, whatever the thing is. That'd be awesome. Definitely. I wonder if I have another one of these specific ones. Definitely leave a comment. Who's your favorite artist? Who's artists that you really enjoy following? Kind of what's your favorite card series to run through? If there is any. I mean, yeah. So this is going to be another marker on the list of buying because that's running low, but it's okay. We got it. Should be good today. I wonder if other people have as much of an issue that I'm having with this, where I wonder if it's because it's running low that it makes this kind of smear look. I don't know. So what is definitely, again, leave in the comments because I'm having to work with pop culture. What are your favorite pop culture cards to look for if you're buying stuff from artists? What are the things that are like that drive you to pick up stuff? I know there's always a Star Wars base. There's always people picking up sometimes X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. What's your thing? I'd like to know. I like knowing, and I like hearing people's opinions about stuff. I think it's cool to have conversations about these things and just kind of talking about stuff. I have a neighbor. We talk a lot about comics and stuff. Even though he is a wonderful professor at Ball State, we talk about other things as well. We were just talking about books, artists, not artists, kind of beat poets and stuff like that for a minute. Things like that. So it's just kind of nice to talk about stuff, man. Let's let that dry. Or give it time to breathe, I guess, maybe. So if these are things that you like doing, making art, trying to create stuff, sometimes be patient with yourself. These are things that, if it doesn't look good at the beginning, just give it some time. I know sometimes when I start on stuff, I may not be as happy with it when we first start, but yeah, like it turns out all right, trying to see if coloring in these areas make it a little darker and a little bit better instead of having to come back in with the ink. Don't know. Not sure how I feel about it, but we're doing it. Yay. Get rid of some of those white dots. All right, looks good. Blend it out a little bit so it's not. Feels very Batman-like with these blues. Which that's pretty fun. Maybe focus a little bit better. There we go. Let's do that. Yeah. Unlock it. All right. Let this sit for a second. I will be right back. Here we go. Okie dokes. So here we are, 21 minutes in. We're looking pretty good for the Wolverine. I like it. So let's kind of continue some of that beardish, stubble, darkish stuff. Start darkening in more areas. So it took a second also while I was doing what I was doing, looking at my movie collection. And I mean, there's definitely stuff there that's pop culture. You know, you've got your Star Wars, Star Trek, those type of things that have done really well. Avengers, you know, Marvel things. That stuff makes sense, you know. So I do have other stuff that I can do. I have not done a ton of Star Trek stuff. I should. I could. I shouldn't say I can. I know Vulcan, you know, Spock and stuff, very popular. So that shouldn't be too difficult. There we go. So we'll have to go in there and try to see what we could do. But back to yellow. Which is crazy. I mean, I feel like I was very. I'm trying to be very controlling about the lightest shade of yellow. I mean, we're not even about halfway through the color I want to do with them, so I need to really be more not as concerned because I've got a nice couple shades of orange and stuff that's going to come in, so I shouldn't get so focused on that. And it could also, that's something that can happen, is just overdoing it with your cards and just taking away or muddying up so much, which is possible. Like, I don't like this stuff down here, but it is sometimes what happens. But Wolverine's not really the cleanest character, right? So that's going to happen. It's okay. I don't know if anyone who has picked up, or if you guys are comic book collectors, picked up the Batman Deadpool. They kind of introduced a sort of new Wolverine, but it's a combo of Wolverine and Lobo. For some reason, that's what they wanted to do, put the two baddest dudes together, I guess, which is fine. Looks cool. I don't think it's a great character, but hey, it's fun. Not to get too serious about both of those characters, but it made sense. Um, I think that stuff is sometimes fun. I like when they combine, and I can't remember what that's called. That they did in the '90s, where they smashed everybody together. But putting Wolverine and Batman together was I thought the wildest thing ever. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, the Batman and Deadpool, also a very just enjoyable comic. Um, Definitely my favorite, because it's multiple stories. By the way, if you didn't know, it's not just Deadpool and Batman. It's not like the Spawn and Batman um, issues, but um, my favorite story was the Kevin Smith, of course. So Kevin 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 Smith story was super good and very enjoyable. So man, I might as well. I don't know. Don't know if I. Yeah. That might have to be another one that I'll have to get more stuff for, but that's okay. So, yep, too much. I think ink or marker, whatever. Um, so I'll learn again. I will learn later not to do such things. Right. Talking about learning. So, Yep, definitely. It's all right, man. I think it looks fine. We'll do another swipe with yellow to kind of get some of the stuff bled out a little bit more and not have it so stark white. So it's what it is. It's all right. Almost looks like the old school orange suit instead of the yellow and blue like it needs to be. So that's all right. This is fine. You know, maybe there's someone out there that's going to love it, and maybe not, and I'll keep it for the rest of my life. That's fine too. So we've got at least this, and that is okay. All right, I will be right back. Taking just a quick break. And we're back. Okay. I'm going to check something out as well. But the other thing is, I have yet to figure out why the Facebook doesn't want to do the live stream. It's weird. That's okay. I'll figure it out one day. But until then, let's work on other stuff. All right. Let's get this. What we might work on next, which isn't a normal thing, is inking a comic. Let's do that, or at least a comic cover. I have one I've been working on. I would really like to get it fully inked so I could color it and frame it and hang it. I've been so excited about it, but I'm also excited about a lot of other stuff. I've got a comic I am working on. That would be wonderful to kind of get closer to be done, especially since I figured out a couple more pages thinking about it. spot in the eye. I think it looks funny. So let's take. I don't think you guys could see it, but there's this tiny little white dot right there. Couple. And another fun thing, if you are in the Muncie area, we have our yard coming up next week. I'm very excited. A lot of this stuff will be for sale there as well as a bunch of others. So we'll see. Curious about something real quick. Maybe I should take a break from coloring, right? And then think about what do I want to do for those backgrounds, right? I want to kind of, well, I have an idea. Might as well do that. Never mind. I lied. I lied. I like those colors. Here's the other one. It's, yeah. Okay. Then we'll come in with another green. I feel like maybe he's standing kind of in front of the Hulk. I don't know. There we go. So I don't know. I'm not as happy with that background, but we will. I will figure something out. You know, I don't think there's anything bad with it. So time to add a few more concentrated spots. Maybe have some sort of design back there so it's not just so flat. Um, yeah, do that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, definitely kind of color in some of these areas and stuff, trying to make just a little different, you know. Hmm. Yeah. A little bit of this. Hmm. It's kind of, it breaks up that flat baseness. I think so. So definitely, I think Wolverine is pretty much as done as possible right now. Um, Kind of the whole thing, if you feel like you've screwed up and kind of overdid something or didn't do things right, try something else. See what happens, man. That's all you can do. And hope that whatever you try to do to fix it, is what it is. Also, these are all handmade, man. If you want perfection and stuff, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You just got to try the best and be happy with it being yours, with your own imperfections and stuff. So, oh, I might ink the mask and stuff a little bit more. I might come in and do some more darker detail work on his shirt. Um, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? So, as I was saying earlier, thinking about doing something a little different um, because of my own personal want. This. I want to work on this. I don't have to do that to try to work on this Kevin Smith Batman cover. Now, this is, of course, one I'm working on for myself. I don't. If anyone else wants a Kevin Smith cover, cool, man, all for it. But this is one I want. So, and this is my time. You know, hopefully, if you see something like this, you're like, "Hey, this would be really cool." I'm like, yeah, cool. Um, so, great. And if I'm feeling comfortable, maybe I'll start inking my comic also while you guys are here. That'd be super cool. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Now, if I can find my pins, that'd be great. That would be superb. Let me say that again. If I can find my pins, that would be great. Oh, pins. Oh, pins. It wasn't close enough to strike me. So, all right. Definitely sketch covers. Super cool. I like doing them. I just don't do them a lot because, I don't have money to buy a ton of these. And just always afraid to screw them up. So, that's okay. We're going to do our best. In each sketch cover I've done um, has been different. Some of them have definitely felt different when I've worked on them. So, this one's okay feeling. Now I haven't figured out if I do start doing commissions how much to charge. I have buddies that do these, and their prices are kind of all over the place. Not too extreme, but definitely everybody's kind of got a different stance of it, like how much they want to charge. Um, I don't know. The one time I did a sketch cover that was, extravagant. It was crazy how much work I did to it. It was a recreation of a full um, Daredevil issue cover by Wally Wood. Man, was that difficult. But I loved doing it. Like, it was definitely a highlight for me to take on something, and then it turned out so well. Yeah, just loved it. So I don't know. The other covers I've done, they've been interesting, but I don't know. Like, one felt like a mistake, um, just because I don't think I was really not prepared. I just didn't feel confident in it, and a couple of others, it was like, it's not going to be a big deal. And then later on, I felt like it was a big deal when I didn't do as well with the illustration on it. Um, so I don't know. So I'm always kind of nervous looking at doing sketch covers and what that could be. But to be honest, I should just be doing this stuff for myself. Um, I'm not at a point, where I'm doing this as a living or anything like that. So so yeah, I don't know. That's all I can keep saying. Sorry about that. Super quiet, wasn't it? Anyway, um, yeah, I was sorry about that. Really, was thinking about went and recently saw Kevin Smith at Indianapolis, and it was him and Jason Mewes for their podcast, um, and it was really good. I really enjoyed what was said and kind of a little bit of the message that they were talking about. Wanted to talk about mental health, how it's needed, you know, and it was really good. In the field of what work I do, it was definitely nice to hear them talk about that. And Jason Mewes definitely has had his own things that he's had to work on. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, he's worked on himself and has been doing his things for like being really strong and good for quite some time, but still, it's a lot to it. So that was really cool. Um, but yeah, um, I've always been a Kevin Smith fan. Um, have enjoyed a lot of his work. I remember when Clerks came out. I was pretty young. I was definitely probably in some ways too young to really watch it, but I understood a lot, and there was a lot of my own personal worries that was wrapped up in that film about life. Like what if I get stuck like Dante? You know, and I knew I wasn't Randall ever, but I knew Dante's life was definitely very similar to what I was always afraid that I would end up being. Um, and I thought that was really cool because definitely not cool that there was that same fear and it was just right there, but someone was making a film about that fear. The real thing of what is part of life. You know, like what the hell are you going to do with yourself instead of sitting there and moping about things and life and not continuing on, letting things kind of get away from you. So, so I just, yeah, kind of just a normal, I think, worry is when you grow up, you don't want to get stuck. You hope life isn't just the one thing forever. So, I don't know. It was a film that was kind of relatable, seeing how things are, and really liked it. Also, I'm, a Falmouth kid. Was a Falmouth kid. Still Falmouth if I don't watch it, but that was the other thing. It was like, language. Love it. Because there wasn't a whole lot of films like that when I was younger. I mean, Quentin Tarantino just started too, so. But so, yeah. Anywho, um, yeah, I'm a huge fan of his work, even if things seem expected or not. He's the kind of filmmaker that makes films for people like me, even if whatever the critics say, man, whatever. I enjoy him. Enjoy film. Find the things. Find the people that make your stuff. Buy it. Enjoy it. like it. I like it a lot. So, all right. So, yep. So definitely, I'm getting a little too focused on small parts, but it's okay. I'm enjoying it. Um, I could be coloring and filling in these areas a little bit better with something different than a number 3. I'm enjoying it. I've forgotten that I've recently picked up actual quill and or nibs. Um, and I've yet to get them cleaned and prepared. So eventually I will get to it. So but anyway. So yeah. Give his beard a little bit of different variations in it. Just cause. Here we go. We'll probably move a bit bigger pin size if I can find it. Oh, 8's fine. That'll be fine. I think my 5's the one that's not very good. So, yeah. Oh, how wonderful. So far. This is going pretty good. I enjoy it. And that's the purpose. Yep. The purpose is doing stuff you like, right? I think, yeah. I mean, this is making me happy. So it's one of those things where, if I'm doing it for myself, the expectation of what I want is just what I make. Um, if I screw it up, man, I mean, I don't really care. I'm not going to put a giant X or anything through it just to prove, but I just want to have something that I can be happy with and sit there and go, yep, I don't know. Maybe once I get bored of it, I might want to go, cool, let's try to send it to Kevin Smith and just let him have it. Um, but right now, this is for me. Maybe I should just, yeah, we'll do that. So, let's use something different. Something either bigger or, yeah. I was going to say, I do have another one somewhere that would fill this in a lot faster, but I don't want to get up right now. I just kind of want to do this, and then we'll take a small break to do something real quick, go from there. So there we go. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Okay. So yeah, getting all this going. So yeah, you know, it's looking pretty good. Like that, definitely a good start to doing the line work that makes it look like Kevin Smith. You know, so um, but yeah. And I know this will be black. Um, so these will look a little different, a little more defined. Because yeah, I'll probably just do the whole shirt black. And then, of course, the bat symbol here, um, which will be fun getting all that. But yeah, so I haven't read this Batman yet. I hear it's really good. Um, I have been enjoying some of the comics lately. This artist is just above and beyond amazing. Um, I love looking at his stuff on Instagram. So I don't know. I want to say I want to start picking it up. I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway, getting caught up in other people's stuff, right? Other people's artwork. So definitely, folks that are checking this out on um, YouTube and stuff, definitely drop a line, man. Drop a like, all sorts. Let's help support each other. So, oof, kind of want to just use this a little bit more. Here we go. Well, thanks for joining me. And next week, same time, same station. Awesome. Hope you guys take care of yourselves.